So bring it on, fresh, fervent, fevered, how it always was and how it always will be. Feel it, this is where it starts. Whatever your ambitions, a good beginning is the perfect way to get things underway. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
And we're underway. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Now it's Foden. Simons. Fairman. He's picked his way through. Stood up well to him there. PSV have a free kick. Gets into some space. Engages and forces him off the ball. Foden. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Oh, that's a key interception. Till.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And that's the keeper's ball. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Well, that has not gone well. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. He's in space and looking for options. Real chance! Oh no, this does not... And another try! Goal! PSV! And PSV have the lead! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
That's shocking. The ease with which he was able to get into the space, and a player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now. Milan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Great defending, strong and determined. Out towards the flank. Xavi Simons going face to face with his great rival. Fairman. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Dest. Chosen to go back. Here's Teal.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Guardiola gets it away. Fairman with the short one. Looking for options for movement. Hoisted it, up he goes! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. And that's another good win of the ball. Now it's Till. Now it's Saviola. Hazard. Hazard! Eden Hazard! That is a beautiful thing! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They are right back in business!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, that certainly raised the temperature in here, and both sides are looking to up their game accordingly.
He's in a good position. Chance for a shot! Barella. Hazard. Pass somewhat off target. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? It's a really well-measured ball. No, he's overshot the green. Guardiola. Now it's Hazard. And he's managed to get free. And here's Saviola. And it's Barella. He's in a great position here. Cleared away. Referee's given a throw. Simons. Saviola. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And it's Simons. Oh, that's neat. Oh, he's played it in low. And he's there to get it away. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
Milan are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. Second period then underway. And he's been shifted off it. Rijkaard. Weir. Saviola. Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. It's Asa! They've scored!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
And yes, it's him again. Milan get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Foden. And a chance! They've done it! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Fair man. Here's Thiel. Now it's Saviola. That's a good ball out wide. Foden. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Good ball, good take. And that's aimed into the middle. The ball has bounced loose now. Weir, and played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Saviola, shot, and the shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! He has gobbled up his 20th goal. What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, I think his job here, Peter, is going to be to reinvigorate that attack, just change the rhythm up front.
Milan blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Dest knocks it into space. Guardiola spots it and intercepts. And he's gone searching crossfield. Tries to play it through. Where receives it in a wide position. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Cross in, looks like a good one. And that has been cleared. Hazard. No, he refuses to take the bait. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged and he shoots! He scored! Yet another goal in an awesome performance! They are in complete charge! So smooth, a signature finish.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
So, time for changes on both sides actually. Milan are having a ball here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Oh, that's fabulous. Shot, surely! Sticks it away! It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
And now he has two. It's become a case of men against boys.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Hazard. Great chance! It's hit the crossbar. Great vision. It's a pretty loose pass. Tries a deft, climbs up big! Pulled out the best in the keeper.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. He should have put his foot right through it.
Player gets it away. PSV have the chance to go the other way. Dest. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Out to the left it goes. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
PSV clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Just 5 minutes left. Played out to the right. Saka. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Xavi Simons taking his leave. Right card! And he steered it beyond the post.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 17.
So there's going to be another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though not quite able.
Vitinha wins the duel this time. Azar. Guardiola. Alvarez. And this is Saviola. And he's intervened well there. Till. Saviola looking to add to his goal. Out to the right. Saka chasing after it. Always onto this. He has a look up. Very nicely done. He's got away. Gets his head on it! They've scored! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
Not the most accurate pass. So that's it. It is all over. Milan have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Saviola claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Milan definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I'm looking at Daniel Parejo. who I see can be a real central player in many a team. He's proven himself to be a superb leader too, and often assuming the responsibility on all the set pieces. So we know we've got an authority on the pitch.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And we're underway. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm?
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
And he's picked it up out wide. Cross deflected behind for a corner. And we have our very first corner. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Out towards the flank. And it's Barella. He's tried one! Perez is herring after that one. Buchanan. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Saviola. Azar. Tries to pass it through. He's having a shot! They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Threads one in. Fired deep towards the back post. And it's claimed by the keeper. That's a good ball out wide. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Chooses to go cross-field. Azar conjures time and space where few can. And it's Azar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And this is Saviola. Foot in. Vardiol goes for the shot! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
Barella.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Can he finish? And it's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! That was fabulous, the most adept of touches, the smoothest of finishes.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Xavi Simons. And it's Barella. And Guardiol. Barella. Oh, good ball! Buchanan. Now it's Perez. Passing is crisp and sharp. Buchanan. That's been cut out, well played. Deftly away. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Half an hour played now. Parejo, and he's being shifted off it. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, this looks sharp. Guardiol. Barella. Neatly clipped into space. That's the keeper's ball. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And here's Saviola. Nicely spread. Now this could be a chance. Can he finish? Relentless! Just relentless! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Milan find a position of real strength now. And he's intervened well there. Has a look and place it forward. Parejo. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Xavi Simons. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, easy pickings there. Parejo. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Azar. And the pass is intercepted. Vega. Foyt, aim forwards. Eder Militao wins the duel this time. Now it's Foden, and he's gone backward here. Simons! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. Milan were so close to ending that half in the perfect fashion, but it just wasn't to be in the end.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Milan will be wanting more of the same in the second half then. Utterly dominant in the first period, and they're 3-0 up. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And this is Perez. And the shot! And the keeper has done enough. Top stop.
Well, I'm not sure what happened there, Peter. Did he get caught admiring his own first touch, maybe?
Buchanan. Rijkaard concedes a free kick for that. He's found a way through. Hoisted in. Van Dijk clears it away. Azar. It's a pretty loose pass. Aims beyond the defence. There's the shot! Guardiol gets good distance on it. And it's Perez. And that is a little undercooked. Can he get it through? And now they can spring out of defence. That has been cut short. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Great ball if he can get there. And that has been knocked clear. He steps in and that's the end of that.
Milan couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Foden gets into a good position. Looking to play him in. Played into the... Oh, what a climb! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. Xavi Simons under intense pressure.
Yeah, it very much looks like this defence has learned from its errors now.
No way through there. Simons. Saka looking to get on the end of this. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Played backwards here. Played out towards the right wing. Plays a sharp little ball here. Delivered in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Now it's Gerard Moreno, and he's had it nicked away. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Oh look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. It's their second corner of the game.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 21, el dorsal 24. Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Foyt's getting this one clear. That's the throw. It's a good-looking delivery, expertly cut out, really nicely done. And he's heaved it away. Milan have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution.
Cambio de jugadores.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now, can they get him away? Played back in, now it's Mbappe. Real chance! It's in! Yet another goal in an awesome performance! They are in complete charge! And that was as close to certain as can be.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
And very quickly, the substitute takes a shot! It's in! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
Milan are having a ball here.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That's a loose touch and the ball is anyone's. Now it's Weir. Alvarez picks it up out wide. Now it's Saka. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Tries to get it clear. He's having a go! They want to be quick to recover this. Villarreal have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Saka. He can get that clear. 5 minutes to add. Parejo. And Buchanan. Saka. Gerard Moreno. Villarreal have got it back and they'll have another go. Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it out wide. And here's Saka. Now it's Barella. Mbappe. And the finish! The whistle has gone and it is all over. Milan really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Milan definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And here's Foden. Oh, it's a great ball here. That is a brilliant interception. Now it's Sanson. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Tries to pass it through. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Bar. And it's Sanson. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's an imaginative pass. And it's gone back to the keeper. Budawi, that's a good ball out wide. It's a promising position. Klaus tries to play it through. That's going to go a long way. And that's been won straight back. Klaus, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. Quarter of an hour played. And he was quick to react. Van Dijk.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Knocks it into space. Serginho's cross. And here's Foden. And the pass is intercepted. Nice were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that defence, then you can start asking more questions.
Chooses to go cross-field. Cho. Now it's Saviola. Azar plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Budawi. Ball played for Diop. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And here comes the corner. Milan with the corner, they're first. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now they can spring out of defence. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Foden. Barella. Hazard. And it's Serginho. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, it's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Sanson gets a good foot in there. Hazard. Barella. That's a good run down the left. Cross goes in there.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Sanson. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. And Boudaoui. Rodri. Distributed tidily. Hazard. And it's Serginho. Serginho is flagged offside. Diop. Now it's Sanson. Foot in.
Nice have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Now it's Foden. Now it's Simons. There's the whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Et merci d'accueillir nos joueurs sur le terrain.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Sanson, he's going to be disappointed with that. Barella, a probing pass. Now this could be a chance. Well, that pass surprised everyone. Oh, he's been caught up, and the shot! Nicely aimed pass.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
He has a look up. Xavi Simons, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. And it's Hazard. Oh, that's a key interception. Sanson. It's a really well-measured ball. Played out to the right. Alexander-Arnold. Simons. Xavi Simons going face-to-face with his great rival. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
Changement.
Boudaoui. Serginho does well to get it back. Goes down, but nothing given. Hazard. And it's Hazard. Now it's Simons. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Looking to play him in. Mbappe! Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. It's a pretty loose pass. Mbappe! Oh, taken with style! The breakthrough arrives at last! And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Nice choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
So we have the first goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Alexander-Arnold gets over and intercepts. Not the most accurate pass. Boga. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Mbappe in acres of space out wide. And it's made its way to him. Alexander-Arnold, big header!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Changement pour Nice. Le numéro 25. Le numéro 8. À leur place, le numéro 47. Le numéro 22. Changement en cours.
So there's going to be another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Big chance!
Milan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, what a ball!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Mbappe. He's through here. Great ball, and he's in here. He can get that clear. And he's only too happy to take that back. Ndombele, oh, well measured. He is through here.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now? Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Now it's Trossard. Mbappe. I think we're just about done here.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
Bar. Threads one in. Added time going up here. Great chance! That is decidedly lacking.
Ba.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game. Milan get ready for another crack at the big prize. Will they get the win they need to get their campaign off to a flying start, or will their bubble burst over the course of the next 90 minutes? Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. McKennie makes the start. There's the header! Mikel Oyarzabal. And this is Messi. He's gone for goal! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Messi is offering a wry smile there.
They get a throw in. Alexander-Arnold. Caicedo. And it's Caicedo. And here's Messi. Simons. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Now it's Son Heung-min. Rijkaard kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And this is Saviola. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
And it's Son Heung-min. Xavi Simons. Barella. And this is Saviola. Caicedo. Now it's Messi. He shifted it to the flank. Pass is just off target. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. And no, that was never going to make it. Alexander-Arnold. Still goalless at the moment. Jordi Alba is one whose deliveries we all know about. Tries to pass it through. Cross goes in there. He rises! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
Barcelona looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Referee's given a throw. Great vision. There's the delivery. Donnarumma claims it without any fuss. Caicedo.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Xavi Simons. Can he get on the end of this? And that's a good ball. The referee's awarded a free kick. Jordan Henderson is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Deep cross. Tries to get it clear. Donnarumma claims comfortably. And it's Simons. Distributed tidily. Looking to go deep. Akanji gets it away. Oh, he's been caught napping. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Milan with the corner, they're first. And he gets rid in a hurry. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Aims beyond the defence.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Henderson did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. 5 minutes till the break. Camavinga. Messi. Not the most accurate pass. Messi is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Messi. Taken back almost at once. Now it's Kane. Oh, no question, that's a foul. And it's Camavinga. And we hit half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, it's been watchable and enjoyable. We certainly had a vibrant start, and if we were going to see a goal, it should have come then. But the odds are favourable for this second half.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. That could spell trouble. Big chance, must Saviola! And he's done it!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Akanji tries to play it through. Jimenez calmly anticipates. Mikel Oyarzabal. Robertson. Son Heung-min. And Robertson. Oh, good steal, he just read it. Serginho. Messi. Oh, red, nice interception. Oyarzabal getting this one clear. Alexander-Arnold. Some front-footed pressing going on here. No, he's not going to get any further than that.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
And here's Kane.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Saviola. Strong running down that left flank. He's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Jimenez getting this one clear. Chance for a shot! Akanji. Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to...
He's tried one! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh, what has happened here? Lofted in. Akanji is there and he can get that clear. Jimenez. Milan are leading here through the only goal of the game, scored early in the second half. 1-0 the score. Now it's Messi. And it's Alexander-Arnold. He's picked his way through. Son Heung-min. And this is Son Heung-min. Pinches it off him. And Messi! Great effort, beautifully taken.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Barcelona choosing to make the first change.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Messi. Messi proves just a little bit too strong. So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Milan still have the cards to affect this game. Messi. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. They've played it short. Caicedo.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
So there's going to be another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. That'll be a throw. Couple of changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And here's Saviola. Jordi Alba. Now, can they get him away? Aimed in towards the centre. That's a good ball out wide. Looking for the run. Jordi Alba delivers.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Crossed in once more. And it's claimed by the keeper.
Milan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And it's skewed away.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Milan nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 9, Saviola. Lascia il campo per il numero 20.
Milan moments now away from seeing this one out. And it's Kane. Messi. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. Caicedo. And that has put paid to that. That's a dangerous ball. Donnarumma chooses to deal with it himself. We are into stoppage time. Now it's Messi. Now it's chance, surely! Goal! goal! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
2 up and very little time left, surely. That's at the end. Milan can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally, all round the better side. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, there's a player below, Peter, who loves the high intensity, and it's Lautaro Martinez. His very direct style, as well as the ability to change rhythm, I think he would go down well in a lot of other teams. But the way he likes to press in the final third, it's something that's often overlooked, something that contributes to that directness. He puts a big shift in.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. And it's Simons. Nicely weighted ball. Hit into the middle.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Played out towards the right wing. He's picked his way through. Now it's Martinez. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Xavi Simons. Oh, that is a nice touch.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Thuram. And reclaimed it in a trice. Now it's Saviola. That has ended up in no man's land.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh no, that was never going to make it.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Looking for options, for movement. And this is Messi. He has found a way through. Real chance! That is decidedly lacking.
Milan certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Cannavaro.
Inter clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
And we have our very first corner. Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. Jordi Alba has given away a free kick. Forlan. Jordan Henderson cannot be beaten that easily. And the keeper's got it again. Akanji. Cannavaro. Bastoni. Simons. Oh, well measured. And this is Messi. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Milan have their second corner now. Thuram tries to clear. And he's in on goal. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's intervened well there. Dumfries is in a really good position out wide. Oh, that's fabulous. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that is out of play. Bastoni. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Jordan Henderson. McKennie. It's Thuram. He is through here! Jordan Henderson. Xavi Simons looking to be a menace in the final third. Engages and forces him off the ball. Xavi Simons really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Plays a sharp little ball here. He has a look out. Turns and goes back. And it's... Oh, shooting chance! Well, there's the clearance. Jordi Alba delivers. And he's there to belt it away. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And the game has already resumed here.
Milan have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Çalhanoğlu! McKennie. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Tries to pass it through. No, it's come to nothing. And he's managed to get rid. Serginho is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That's a promising run he's making on the right. Oh, that's superb. This looks promising. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Thuram. Pinches it off him. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Good read, needed to be. Bastoni gets rid without sophistication. Oh, nice touch. Jordi Alba. Now, can they get him away? Ball comes in. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
He's got away. No, that's been intercepted. Looking for a runner. Oh, played through for the wide man. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Oh, this looks sharp. Played out to the left flank. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Çalhanoğlu. Dumfries. And Akanji.
Milan couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Thuram. Who's looking wide. Now it's Di Marco. Oh, he's not played the ball, that's a foul.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 9, Saviola. Viene sostituito con il numero 20. Cambio di giocatori.
And it's Çalhanoğlu. Messi in acres of space out wide. McKennie picks it up now. Akanji can get it clear. And that's a throw-in. So there's going to be another change here.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
It's played into the middle. And that should get the job done. Serginho has it out wide and in space.
Milan clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Messi. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Oh, good looking ball. Di Marco. Milan will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. It's a really well measured ball. Now it's Messi. Mbappe.
This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a goal.
Oh, he's been caught napping!
Milan truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Oh, no joy this time.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Inter Milan can make their change now with a break in play. Barella, Akanji, and it's Mkhitaryan. That has been slung wide. Henderson was in no mood for any of that. Foden could try cutting inside here. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Mkhitaryan. Always onto this. Look at the space and the shot! He's missed, but not by that far.
Forlan certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
That's at the end. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff.
Thank you.